Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines. Boy, you're going to like this one. Ripple Swell recently, we have a prediction about real-world asset adoption and tokenization to the tune of $30 to $50 trillion on the XRP ledger by Q4 of 2025. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, it is $1.73 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 1.1% in the last 24. 43,000 slightly over for Bitcoin, 2,300 plus for Ethereum, 96.5 billion plus market cap for crypto, or USD Tether, excuse me. XRP is 50 cents right now, up 0.2 on the 24-hour, off by 3.3 on the 7-day. We'll keep an eye on it. Range of price is 49 cents to 51. We'll let you know if it gets out of hand, but nothing to worry about so far. And the countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. We are 90 days left until the largest XRP conference in the world goes down. I want you to take a look at the incredible people that are going to be participating, and there's more to come. Take a listen.
The world's largest XRP conference is only 94 days away. Hear from the influential voices in the industry, including Christopher Giancarlo, Digital Dollar Project, Harry Ann Boring, Digital Chamber of Commerce, Simon McLaughlin, Uphold, Kevin Maloney, I Trust Capital, Eleanor Terrett, Fox Business, and many more.
We're trying to fractionalize it to where anybody can have access to generational wealth by buying these fractional shares of property. So we're trying to restore that kind of access to it, so building generational wealth for anybody.
Early bird tickets ending soon on the Future of Digital Assets Benefit Dinner. Book your room now with the MGM Grand. Get your tickets now to XRP Las Vegas 2024.
No doubt it's going to be an incredible, incredible conference. Let me tell you, VIP tickets are going to sell out first. We can already see the numbers. Don't mess around. Don't hesitate. Get your ticket. I want to meet you in person. It is such an incredible event, and you will be surprised. And if you're the kind of person that's like, I don't want to go by myself, I don't like it, you're not by yourself. You are going to be surrounded by so many people that love and think just like you do. You are going to feel like you will have arrived. You're going to feel like you're home. Not to mention the fact that you are going to get some of the most incredible dialogue and conversation and networking that you've ever experienced. I wouldn't have believed it until I went. You're right. I mean, it's trust me, just come and you will not be sorry that you have come. It is going to be a remarkable time. This is a remarkable number. Look at this. And boy, even with all the things I understand about Bitcoin, I'm glad I got some exposure to it, even in the current market right now, because look at this. BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, hits $3 billion in holdings, over 70,000 Bitcoin in just 15 days. Well, you keep a pace like that, and that market's going to start talking for too much longer. And don't forget about that Bitcoin halving. And don't forget about the Bank of England and central banks and the way they really see Bitcoin. Doesn't stop me from having exposure to this investment product, because that's what the financial world has decided it is. It is not money. Listen to the Bank of England tell you that.
I really haven't changed. I mean, look, can I, by the way, draw a distinction? I think it's important when we talk about crypto to just draw a distinction between two things. One is what I tend to call unbacked crypto of the Bitcoin variety. The other is stable coins. I think they're different animals in that sense. I'm afraid I continue to think that unbacked crypto, is essentially has no intrinsic value. It may have value to people who want to own bits of it, but it doesn't have an intrinsic value. And it is a highly volatile investment. I think it should be regulated appropriately with that in mind, but I think we have to always get the message across. That is a highly volatile instrument to hold. Now, you may want to hold it, but please understand what you've got. And it's not money, and it is not in any sense money. Stablecoins purport to be money. They purport to be used in payments. You'll have seen that we've put out, we've got legislation now in this country which sets out the regulatory framework for stablecoins, which is important. And we in the Bank of England, for so-called systemic stablecoins, those that would be used more widely, will put in place the rules around that. Now, because they purport to be money, and because that is their intended use, they will have to be held to a higher standard. With unbacked crypto, it's not money. Nobody should, I think, be under any illusions. With stablecoins purporting to be money, they will have to maintain the standards of money. I think the public has a right to expect they hold their value, and so that's what we will be aiming for.
The only thing I was going to add to that, Andrew, was just some of the underlying technologies, particularly around distributed ledger technology, blockchain. They're obviously of interest. We're experimenting with them, just as a lot of other central banks are. The financial sector is doing a huge amount of experimentation to see if the use cases where they could be relevant.
That's the technology, not the crypto.
Yeah, but it's the technology that often gets emphasised as being, why people are getting involved in them. So, but that's certainly why we're interested in them.
And there you get it. So you get it from the banks. The banks are trying to separate out the blockchain technology from the cryptocurrency itself. Look, they've made it clear, the distinction between a Bitcoin and a stablecoin CBDC, right? They've made it very clear. The question is, to the banking world, how clear is it when it comes to XRP, XLM, XDC, and other assets such as that? That's what we're here for. Well, I think we'll find out soon enough. Let's refresh your memory about this. DTCC press release: in less than 4 months, the U.S. moves to T+1 settlement cycles. Tokenization is coming in hot this year, says Chad Steingraber. Remember, Securrency was purchased by the DTCC. Securrency said that they're interoperable to settle digital assets using networks like Ethereum, EOS, Ripple, XRP, and Stellar's XLM. We know the SEC has voted unanimously to allow for the use of distributed ledger technology to be used in a manner that helps reach T+1, T+0 settlement time. So the plot thickens. How much market capture will be available for Ripple and XRP to be efficient and serve this market? We don't yet know. But I'm super excited that between 24 and 25, maybe we get to see that all begin. I want you to listen to Marius Gergilis here, and forgive me if I've said it wrong, Marius, from Axology, and he's going to explain to you wholesale digital euro, the announcement of European Central Bank that is the spring of 2024. It will be inviting firms providing tokenized asset to the interconnected within the European Central Bank wholesale digital euro. Now, I'm going to play this clip, but while I'm playing this clip, we have another couple clips that I want you to hear as well, and they're all extremely important. This entire talk was great, and I timed it out. I broke down all the points we need to touch. But I want you to think about the fact that when it comes to prognosticators or signals that we're looking for of which countries will be on the cutting edge of this technology, look for the ones that launch CBDCs and clear stablecoin legislation first, because that's where your integration in the medium will be between tokenized assets and the traditional markets changing over. Is it not? You know, stablecoins, CBDCs, real-world asset tokenization, seeing the governments and countries that are going this way first, there's going to be your signal to which ones are going to be the first movers in this space. But let's take a listen to what he says here.
There's one thing missing in our discussion which links very well to what we are discussing on the previous panel, what was discussed on the previous panel. Real-world asset trading transaction, be it real-world assets or tokenized form, they require ultimate settlement asset. central bank digital currency is something, or tokenized form of money, be it stablecoin, regulated stablecoin, or central bank digital currency, will be required to power these initiatives. And jurisdictions which are leading in that will have a big or very strong foundation. Besides the need to ensure that KYC, AML, and legal securities regimes will need to be adapted, central banks need to be ready to provide the electricity to channel those transactions. So I would bring your attention to all the initiatives on central bank digital currencies that are happening in the world, and the recent shift in the discussion from retail central bank digital currency, to facilitate person-to-person transactions, to wholesale CBDC, which is showing that central banks are understanding where the big game is and willing to start experimenting. And the recent announcement of European Central Bank announcing that next spring they will be inviting firms providing tokenized assets to interconnect with the central bank, European Central Bank, wholesale digital euro. And that's, I believe, will either bring Europe into the forefront, or some other jurisdictions, usually in Southeast Asia, will
Very good
be
point,
leading.
Marius. So basically, the CBDC development as an indicator for where, obviously, the whole scenery will be bearing fruits for.
That's exactly right. And what a great point and observation that is. Now I want to bring you here into this mark, and I'm going to play it for just about a minute and a half. And I want you to listen to this clip here, because this clip is important, because this is going to talk about, listen to this, XRP trade to Treasuries. Now I want you to think about just how liquid we will be when you're using XRP to trade and settle Treasuries. Imagine the depth of liquidity needed to get that job done.
Thank you, Marius. We'll talk more about what's missing for this stuff to really take off.
Yeah.
I want to close this round of question first with Graham about, where do you see the biggest opportunity with what hasn't really arrived yet on-chain?
Yeah, I think a lot of people used to talk about, fractionalization and the like, and really that's not where the most exciting areas lie. It's certainly, as Jeremy was talking to, it's kind of the function of the instrument. If you're a hedge fund, you could usually hold cash or go in a money market fund, which kind of froze your liquidity overnight, but you took away from bank risk. But now you can hold a tokenized money market fund, a tokenized treasury, whatever it is, and use it pretty much in the same way as cash. So, we're hoping in January XRP versus tokenized treasuries will be traded on our venue. We've already announced that. We've worked out the transaction reporting. The regulation allows it. And really that function of an instrument completely changes what it can be used for. And if you look out, there's kind of a bit of, people in the industry like to say, okay, kind of DeFi is over there and regulated assets over here. But what we like to do is look to DeFi and kind of be inspired by it and go, okay, what if you can take a tokenized security and put it into a borrowing lending platform? It starts to look like a pretty open SEC lending market. People can freely lend and borrow peer-to-peer in this manner. We're also dropping daily interest rates into people's wallets directly. So really just the functionality of the instrument completely changes.
The idea that you could trade treasuries with XRP is a very deep market. And if you're tokenizing everything, I couldn't be more excited about it, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. XRP versus tokenized treasuries. That's how he said it. I actually went back and heard it again. That's a big moment when that comes. That will be a big, big moment, no doubt about it. All right, now let's quickly go to this, because I know you're going to want this as well. This is the thing that's been grabbing everybody, and this entire conversation at Ripple Swell was fantastic, by the way. And shout out to this gentleman from Archax Crypto here, Graham Rodford, who made this prediction, by the way, and you're going to love it. And let's remember, while he's making this prediction, as Zach Rector rightfully reminds us, remember that Ripple is planning on moving some of the ODL flows to the DEX now. Expect this to increase with the automated market makers going live. So there's another thing to note as well. But here's where we really want to get you to, because this is what you're going to want to see. which is right here. This is the prediction from Graham Robford, the CEO of Archax, which is working obviously with Ripple using the XRP ledger and their own DEX. And he's going to explain to you that his prediction, as they went around the room and asked other people, and some people were giving predictions of $1 trillion by 2025, maybe 15, you know. There were other people, you know, conservatively and more broadly. Graham says his jaw-dropping revelation is 30 to 50 trillion trading on the XRP ledger using the Archax DEX. That's what he says. And I want you to take a listen to how he breaks it down.
30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP, all trading on Archax.
Here we go.
Find my original projections, but 30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP, all trading on Archax.
Here we go.
Find my original projections, but the total market is 1.4 quadrillion, everything that's ever out there. And if you start looking across any of those asset classes, they're all starting to move on chain already. And the ease with which we've seen people interested in the money market fund, tokenized treasuries, and those types of instruments, the support for stable coins, when you're talking about replacing cash, when I see DTCC, Euroclear, Clearstream, you know, it only takes one of them to flip onto natively digital, and that's trillions of assets on its own that move. So, you know, tens of trillions, I think we could see. And bearing in mind it's 1.4 quadrillion, this is still a tiny slice of a huge market. You know, 30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP, all trading on Archax.
Here we go. $50 trillion. 2 years from now, Ripple, Twitter will replay the session.
You're damn right, and we're replaying it today.
30 to 50
and kudos to them. But here's the thing. Are you going to feel like it's a failure if it's $1 trillion? I'm not. This isn't about whether it's going to happen. This is about what the size of the market's going to be when it does. That's the beautiful part of this for me. And I hope you will join us in the Freedom Zone, ladies and gentlemen, because today we're going to do something a little different in the Freedom Zone. We're going to discuss the idea of this happening. And are you ready? And I hope that you will go to digperspectives.com and come on in to the Freedom Zone, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see all of you inside. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.